It is Yo Girl Cadillac. I keep bumping that. I am Cadillac Dixon. I'm a Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face too bleak. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Please excuse your girl. The last few videos been looking rough. I got to retwist this stuff. Oh, is that Ron? And then look at that one. That one about to snap. That lock about to snap right there. What I do is my little extra hair, I'm gonna braid some of my, it's my natural hair that comes out the root. I'm gonna braid it in right there so it don't snap completely. But y'all excuse me, girl, little by little, I'm gonna get myself together. Right now, I'm just trying to get my health together. But I was like, oh my gosh, look at my hair. And usually I got my hair scarf around my head. But I've been out to my storage trying to sort through that because I have got to free up that money. You already know what journey I'm on, whatever. So before I went to my storage, I was telling you the story of today going to the eye doctor. Y'all know that I was worried that I was not going to have the funds to actually get my contact. I am legally blind and I depend on this contact. So it shut off on me when I said that. I don't know why the doctor that referred me to the endocrinologist had them put that I had some retinopathy. I'm like, go. I took that right back in that office. That's where it cut off, where I was trying to read exactly what they wrote on there, said in both eyes. And I was trying to take that back into that office, and I told them to take that off my paperwork. I'm like, where did I get that? I rebuked that. Girl, I'm not even gonna receive that. Don't even give me that people with that on there. I ain't got none of that. So that's where it shut off. But I went to my eye doctor, found out that the last time I was there in 2021, when I broke my contact right before my sister's wedding, got it in time for the wedding. So I was blind through the reception and all of that. But then got it right before so I could see them actually say I do. Girl, so that was 2021. I had not been since then. And the guy at the desk was like, yeah, try again, because I thought it was 2023. Like, no, guess again. You got one more lifeline. And he was like, no, it was 2021 since you've been here. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been that long. So I go in the back. The doctor, she's really sweet and nice. She's like, it's been a while since I've seen you. And we went over basically the changes in my eyesight since I went in the hospital. I told her about the ketoacidosis and the high sugars. So we, one, wanted to make sure that the diabetes hadn't done any damage to my eyes. And then two, how the keratoconus on the front of the eye is doing. Which she said the scar on my left eye actually looks to be a little better. She was like, scars don't ever heal. Girl, do they? She said they don't ever heal on your cornea, but for some reason it looks a lot better. And like I told you, somebody had just prayed over my eyes, right? Um, Shout out to Derek Vernon. Okay, so he prayed for healing in my eyes, and he was like, do you believe, sister? I'm like, yes, I believe, because I once was blind and now I see. But so God has healed me before, so in several ways. And so I still believe he can still do it, right? In that manner. Complete healing. Complete healing from this carpal tunnel, too. Yes, Lord. Do you know what that would be for me? That would be a lot. But, yeah, so she had to talk about the cornea surgery, the transplant. Of course, I always opt out of that. Then we talked about, she was talking about the nearsightedness, because I was saying that, not nearsightedness, I'm not nearsighted or farsighted, I have neither sight. But I noticed getting out the hospital that my near sight vision changed. And she was saying that it could be that the if your near sight starts to go around 40, starts to get decrease a little bit. And she said that could have happened. That's still weird that it would happen that quickly. She said also, since you have not been here since 2021, the age of your contact, the contact over time starts to change shape. So that could have been an effect. And also, it just is not as clear to see through the contact as it once was. So she said, just replacing the contact, I think you may have a lot better vision. And then, two, your prescription has changed a little bit. So they do this thing, they have you cover each eye. Out of this eye, she was like, can you? I couldn't see, I couldn't even make out, the E at the top of the chart. She blew it up big. It was nothing but that E. It wasn't a chart. And I couldn't even make that out. That eye is going to bed. Um, and she was like, can you even see the E? Nope. It just looks like swirls. Okay, on this side, she's like, what's the lowest that you can read? Which I think I went three down. It's like I could read the first couple of letters, but as it goes further, it gets harder to read the letters in the back of the line, right? But I guess I'd be close enough. So she was like, yeah, your prescription did change a bit. The scar got a bit better. And I was asking about how thin the cornea is. She doesn't have the equipment to actually um, measure the cornea. That is another specialist that does that. That's the one that I had a scleral lens. And she said that one, the person that fit you for that scleral lens, which is a big lens I used to have to pop my eye open really big, and it's a suction cup. You have to fill it with liquid and suction it into your eye. And the thing is that you get air bubbles, and if you get an air bubble, it just floats around your eye all day. It was team way too much. But I kind of got, and I used to have to lay flat on the floor to get it correct. It was so much. But it only improved the vision a little bit. So she went over that. She was like, did you want to get another one of those made? And I'm like, really, it was more hectic than, because when you have one eye that you see vision through, your brain just says, oh, okay, that eye going to bed. Let's look through this eye. It picks whichever vision is clearer. That's why usually most people have two different visions through each eye, but the brain just puts it together and picks the better of the image, which is brilliant, right? That is God's masterpiece. That's brilliance. So she was like, well, probably isn't too much to not even deal with that. You've been doing with that one eye anyway, so you should be good. So she was saying that, and I told her my remedy where I just went and got some readers and I threw it over my contact. And actually, like I told you, how the Holy Spirit be actually guiding you and you don't know he guiding you. She said, yeah, that's the right thing to do, to get readers. But now what strength did you get? She's thinking I picked up too strong of a strength, because y'all know I walk myself up. Anything from 150 just kept getting clearer, so I went up to 225. That's the one that I got. And I was kind of walking around with it though, not only on the register with it, but also wearing it. And I think that kind of tired my eyes out. But she was like, even though it does feel like it tires your eyes, give you headaches, it's not ruining your eyes. So don't think you're ruining your eyes. But that is a bit much to be, you know, walking around with them all day. Just put them on to see your register, to see anything in front of you, and then take them off. She said you can even put them down on the tip of your nose like the little old women. And she was like, you just don't wear them all the time like that. Just actually have them as readers. But it may not be that you need those once you get the new contact. So I was like, yeah, so could I, when we were on that tip, I was like, I know this sounds crazy, But going through all these medical issues right now, I kind of don't have a lot of money. And I usually have to pay for my contacts. So today I'm here for the appointment. Because I usually got a free set of glasses each year. And she was like, "You don't have those still?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got them now. They're in the car." But they're glasses for keratoconus. Do I have them now in the car? I could have showed y'all. No, I don't. They're at home. But they're these concave glasses. Like they have a swooped in shape like this. One glass, this one is very thick, and then the other glass is thinner. Now it does improve my vision too a little bit, but it doesn't improve enough to drive to do much of anything. But any improvement on vision when you can't see nothing is good. But I usually rely on those when my contact completely breaks, and then I'm like, ugh, out of luck. So she was like, "So if you still got those, you don't really need to order any more glasses. Why don't you order the contact?" And I'm like, because they never covered my contact under insurance. I always had to pay out of pocket. They would always, and then what made no sense, my contacts are medically necessary. I am legally blind without them. So I have to have them to, survive through or maneuver through life, but they would not pay for them. So she was saying that, "Oh no, since your my theme park had this merger happen," and we realized that, but she was like, "Now you have a different eye insurance." And I did not realize that. She was like, "The one you had before did not cover contacts." She said, "This one, all I have to say is you have keratoconus, and it is no questions. They cover the contacts." And I'm like, "What?" Like last time I told y'all that the lady told me my contacts were covered, and then later said she was going to come across the desk to take them out my eyes. Which would I like for her to take them back since I haven't paid for them? I'm like, "You the one told me these were covered under insurance." So she was like, "No, no, they actually are covered." I'm like, "Wow, okay." Like, glory be to God. I might walk out of here with a contact. She was like, "Now it's going to take you about 2 weeks to get them because it is special order. It takes a while to get them." During the shutdown in 2020, that one, or 2021 when I went, that one it took me almost a month to get my new contact. Now I don't like to just have one, because if I break that one, I'm SOL when the next one breaks. Like now I just have my one contact. If I lose it, if it breaks, I wake up tomorrow morning not really being able to, "Oh shoot, how am I going to drive to work now? Oh shoot, how am I going to be on the register? How am I going to do this? How do I function?" I go from functioning to dysfunctioning, right? So I like to have a backup one, but for some reason my first one that I bought broke out the gate. And then I had been on contact number 2 for a long time. And then they're expensive. They're usually $200 a contact, about $200. My aunt had found some way to order them through Sam's Club. I don't know how she did that, but they started being a little less, like 150 or something like that. But she was saying these are included. I'm like, oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Yes, Lord. So then I was like, "So do they only cover one?" Or can I get two? Like I was telling you about how in that barber shop, I said it was Friday when the man from the Quickie Mart place had offered Ice Cube something free, and he was like, "Can I get something else?" So I'm like, basically like, "One contact, can I get two?" How many would they approve? Because I usually keep a backup one. And she was like, "Yeah, that does make sense. They usually give you a free left eye and a free right eye, but you want two right eyes. Wouldn't that be the same?" So she was like, "I don't know. know if they'll go for it, but we're going to try to press it through because you're usually entitled to contacts per, I guess it's per year, right? Dang, if it's per year, girl, I'm gonna be going to my eye exams regularly so I could set them up so I can have me some backup contacts, girl. So if I get that each year, because I think you get an eye exam each year. But the only reason I didn't go, I only went when I broke my contact because couldn't afford it, right? So at the end, um, it went really well. So then she's walking me up to the front desk, and now I already expected. She was like, so there's a $5 copay and then $20 for the contacts. You also have to pay a copay on the contacts. And she said that's a total of 25. You could pay the 20 now, or I mean the 5 now, and then pay the 20, which I should have took that deal. Why I ain't take that deal, girl? And then I was like, but how much is the co-payment for the visit? That's 50, right? And she was like, no, it's $5 for the co-payment, and then it's $25 for. And I'm like, but I thought I always paid $50. I always paid the specialist, or was it $40 that I paid for the eye exam? So now she was like, no, today is a total of $25. $25. I was already expecting to pay $50 for the co-payment and then having to divert on the contact. I got the whole visit and the contact for $25, half of what I was expecting, and getting the contact. Wow, that is crazy. So she said the reason why last time I didn't get it was because I took the glasses, but then also the company had changed. So all in all, everything worked out. No damage from the diabetes. My keratoconus is looking decent, and got my contact. Praise God. All right, that's how it went. I was nervous as jail, like I usually am when I go to the eye doctor. But thank you. All right, guys, it's your girl Cadillac.